Hi everybody, we are live. So welcome everyone. So we've got two very exciting presentations this evening with the Mastermind Fever team, and we can't wait to have these wonderful ladies sharing this great information with you. So without I continue, I want to make sure that you can hear me properly. Can you hear me well, ladies?
I can hear you.
Awesome, because the other day, I did a hangout and there was no sound. And this is not going to happen today. Hi everybody, we are live. I used to say to people, "Oh, can you hear me?" Yeah, no, nobody was hearing me. So anyway, exciting presentation. Before we continue, I would like to explain to you very briefly. You have these wonderful ladies sharing. Okay, I think that some of you might need to.
Excuse me, hold up. Aurora, we're getting feedback. Do you have your Skype open too?
Yes.
Or something, because we're getting you double.
Okay, so, but I'm not calling anyone on Skype.
Is it now good?
The speaker might be feeding through your computer to hear.
Okay, I've just closed it now. Is it better?
Yep,
yes.
I don't hear.
Okay, awesome. So before we continue, I would like to give you some information about the Mastermind Fever team. So what we do, we are a group who want to bring our business to the next level. And with my mastermind partner that you can see right here, Lydia Brown, we have created this group to help every newbie, anyone to promote themselves as a leader and find a mastermind partner, which is really, really important in terms of growing your business faster, because very often you start a business, you get all excited, and when it becomes tough, having a mastermind partner and accountability partner is absolutely huge to keep you going. So this is mainly what we do, and we invite people to come and meet with us and find a mastermind partner. So I'm going to show you briefly my screen. So here we go. So this is Lydia Brown and myself and Kerry Wilson, and we are leading the Mastermind Fever group, and you can find us on Facebook. And everything that we know in terms of marketing strategies, you can also learn it as well and learn how to promote yourself as a leader. And what we do, if you want more information about it, you simply need to go to tinyurl.com/MLSPODK, and if you have been invited by the three beautiful ladies who are doing the presentation this evening and you want to know more about marketing online, go to them. Otherwise, here is our link, tinyurl.com/MLSPODK, and you will get some great bonuses, for Facebook. You will be having some VIP coaching, a free blog, yearly hosting. You will have access to a mastermind inner circle group, and you will have access to loads of bonuses with some VIP hangouts that we hosted with some rock stars. But this evening we've got three wonderful ladies. Some of them, it is going to be their first time doing a hangout. Go back on Smooth. And so we are going to have a great presentation about copywriting. You know how copywriting is important. If you've been in this industry for any length of time, you need to find the right words which are going to trigger a reaction in your customer. So you've got Andrea and Sari, as well as Rindala, who are going to do this presentation this evening. And before we start, Lydia, did you want to add anything else?
Yes, I want to thank everyone for attending, and thank you, Andrea and Rindala, for presenting for us tonight. We have a wonderful community. The Mastermind Fever community is a healthy environment. We've watched a lot of people grow. We help each other. It's a strong foundation. So if you're on this webinar tonight and you haven't joined us, please do. It's a pitch-free, advertising-free group. We believe in cultivating and encouraging. So enjoy the rest of the webinar.
Thank you very much, Lydia. So I'm going to let you start, ladies, and introduce yourself. You know, like when you talk, probably you will need to click on your own picture, so then you will come up at the top. So I leave you with that then.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Hey, I am Rindala Miller, and really my specialty is helping people master their mindset so that they're successful in their business and in their personal life. And Andrea and I have been working together to bring you this webinar on copywriting, and I'm going to jump right into that. So let's get my screen up. Okay, so tell me, do you see my full screen?
No, you don't.
Yes, I can see it.
Oh, yes, yes. No.
Okay, fantastic.
Cool.
Okay, let's get started because we have so much information for you guys. Okay, so crack the secret code of the master copywriters. We are going to give you 12 dangerous mind hacks that persuade people to buy from you. So what's our promise in this? By the end of this training, you are going to be able to get inside your prospect's head and heart, which is really important. You want them making a decision to buy your product or your service with their logic and with their feelings. So it's important to hit both of those aspects. Okay, they are going to end up seeing you as their only solution for their pain, which that's what you want. You want to be the solution for their pain. And I want you to stick around because at the end, we're going to reveal 7 deadly copywriting mistakes that will kill your chances for a sale. We are seeing these all over the internet, these 7 mistakes that people very commonly make. They're innocent mistakes, but they're hurting you. They're not serving you. So Andrea is going to jump right into to the introduction, and she's also, she's also going to, hang on. She's also going to introduce herself better than I would.
Sorry, I already started screen share. All right. So thank you, Rindala, for the introduction. Rindala is my awesome mastermind partner, and my specialty is internet marketing training. But I also come from a network marketing background. So I think let's dive right in. We have a lot of content to share. It's a very vast topic, and we can only touch the surface with giving you some very specific tips. And I specifically wanted to give you some nuts and bolts of what you'll be able to use. Okay. Let me see if you can see my screen. Okay, so I'm not going to talk about what is copywriting, but what does copywriting do for you. You can see my screen, right?
Yep.
Okay, just checking. Okay, so what does copywriting do for you? It's delivering words that sell, either written or spoken. And in that way, it's also influencing people to do what you want. Now, you're probably asking yourself, hey, isn't that manipulation? And I'm going to tell you, yes, it is. And now let me tell you a secret. You and me are all we are all born manipulators. Every child manipulates their parents to get them to do what it wants. And if you are an online marketer or a network marketer, you want people to take action, then you are manipulating them. You are persuading. These words, unfortunately, have only gotten a bad taste because of some people are using it in a bad way. But in itself, it's neutral. So now, let me challenge you to make an official statement. This is going to be fun. Put your left hand on your heart, raise your right hand, and speak out loud. Repeat after me. Those one, well, if you either you mute yourself or you speak in your head. All right.
I'm getting scared right now.
Okay. So, I solemnly swear that I am an honest marketer. All my influence on other people is never, ever only for my benefit. There is always, always a benefit for the person I'm influencing.
I like
Cool, thank you. You've just made an official oath. So, always, always remember that. If you want to do your own mission statement, then include this one. So, thank you for that. Now, in case you still wonder, do I really need copywriting? I'm going to tell you, this is for you if you chat with a prospect or a customer. So, in network marketing, maybe you're prospecting. You need copywriting. You create a simple squeeze page. Of course, the words are going to be very important. You make a video to get leads, to sell, or to brand yourself, to deliver value. You always need copywriting. You send emails to your list. You hold your first webinar, fill in the blank. If you have anything to sell, you need copywriting. And with sell, I mean you can sell a product, but you can also sell people the idea to get involved with your business. And first and foremost, you need to sell them to listen to you. So, now let's dive right into the 12 mind hacks. And the most important one is the magnetic headline. So, it can be a headline of your email, but it's not specific to email marketing, what I'm touching on. It can be of your video, and squeeze pages also have headlines. They are the very first thing we see, and it's the make or break factor if we decide to read or to watch or to listen any further. So what's the purpose of copywriting itself? Is to get the next sentence read. So the purpose of your headline is to get the next sentence read. The purpose of the first sentence is to get the next sentence read, and so on and so forth. So now let me give you some specific examples which can be put into different categories. There are how-to headlines. How-to are great. People always want to know how to do stuff. How to increase traffic to your blog with this simple strategy. Why is also a very attractive headline. Why squeeze pages are stupid. This one is an example from internet marketer Sean D'Souza. This one includes the controversy element, and this is one of the most effective ones as a headline, as it's our human nature to be attracted to controversy. Numeric headlines or numbered lists are awesome. It's just like the how-to headlines. It immediately reveals the benefit to your audience. And it also eliminates the objections. Will it be worth my time? People love numbered lists and bullet points because they are big time savers. And this example also includes the free element. And if you mention free, I mean, you see it everywhere, but still it works wonders, because even experienced marketers who know there is no such thing as free, they still love it. So, next one would be secret. The secret weapon of the best email copywriters. It's again our human nature. People love being told secrets. Example for urgency. Did you read this yet? Expires at midnight. From email marketer Mike Long. This one subconsciously speaks to our fear of loss. of missing out. And I can tell you that all the top producers that I know in MLM or internet marketing, they are all good at creating urgency. Because what happens if it doesn't matter if people take action today or maybe tomorrow? Probably never. So create urgency. And here you also have the word this. This is just a curiosity element. People want to know this. So what is this they are supposed to read? So this is two reasons why this one works very well. And the last example, which I like very much, Mary made $1,000 in her first week. I just made this up, but it's a cool example for social proof. So those are just some very short examples. The main thing you want to realize is that, or you want to create with your headline, is a hook to get people glued to your copy, to your video, to stick around to the end. So let's go to mind tag number 2. Justify their failures. Example would be, you can say, it's not your fault. You have been taught outdated strategies that simply don't work. People will love you if you take the blame away from them, I can tell you. And what's even more powerful, if you create a scapegoat for their failures. It could be their upline, it could be the MLM system as a whole, just to give an idea. And what it does, it creates a bond between you and me, between you and the audience. And if you got that, you're already halfway there to the sale. Mind tag number 3. Speak to all 3, not to all 3, but to 3 senses. The reason being is some people are more visual, like me. Others are more receptive towards hearing, and again others more towards feeling. So when you're speaking to a large number of people, this strategy works really well because you can subconsciously connect with each person. Example, does that look good, sound good, or feel right? This example works very well, written and spoken. It's actually an example that I learned back in my network marketing days. So if you're a passionate network marketer and you're showing your presentation to a group of people, or to someone you don't know which category they're in, then this one is nice. Another example, as you're reading these words, hearing my voice, you are feeling a chill of excitement about ... about the possibility of whatever. So another reason this particular strategy is very powerful is because it gets people to agree 3 times. And even if they agree to something not related, something obvious, like you're reading these words, yes, of course I'm reading them. I'm hearing your voice, yes, I'm hearing you. So even if it's non-related, then what they're agreeing to, it puts them subconsciously again in a position to be more likely to agree with you when you're asking them for the sale. So you should note that one and use it. Mind tag number 4. Tell them what to feel. So this is when you're using psychological triggers. This is getting into their subconscious mind. And how you do it is you bold, you underline, and you italicize their feelings and call to actions. Like, get excited. By now, you are thrilled about. When you are ready to buy now. So you are only stressing you are ready to buy now. And this is the subconscious command. As you watch the next video, you may feel compelled to start immediately. And if you can even add, but you don't have to, but they won't see it. They will see what stands out to them most. Feel compelled to start. So that's a huge one. And now let's move right over while we are talking about feelings. This fits in very nicely. Mind hack number 5. Speak to their inner child. I've got a very nice example. As you're watching the video, you're slowly starting to feel all your worries magically melt away like icicles. The solution, the magic wand, is right in front of your eyes. You're starting to feel a childish excitement, like when the ice cream man played his music. Isn't that lovely? So what does the inner child want? Images and metaphors. Magical, wonderful. Use these words. So what I just did is I used a story in a metaphor, and stories in general are huge. You know, it can be testimonials, it can be success stories. You are already on the winning path when you emotionally connect with your prospect or your audience. And what really gets them into an emotional state is to get them to travel to dreamland. So now an example from my own sales page I'm giving away here. So imagine, close your eyes for a minute, jump into a time machine and see yourself in 1 year. How awesome would it feel to be finally successful, to have a freedom lifestyle, finally being able to quit your job, retire early, buy your dream house, your dream car, all paid for, traveling wherever you want, whenever you want, creating a lot of memories with your family. Then suddenly, your time machine brings you back to this moment where you have to make a decision, and you know that if you don't take action today, all of this you just saw would never happen. Boom.
Nice.
That's something I made up. So, and last point, when you're speaking to a child, you're speaking in simple language. Don't get fancy with technical words or sophisticated language that a simple person might not understand. So, and last mind hack. Pattern indirect!
Oh gosh.
Are you all awake now? So, what I wanted to do is, what you want to do is wake them up from their slumber so they pay attention to your video, to your opt-in page, to your ad. You need to understand that people are bombarded with tons of information every minute they spend online. Getting distracted is so easy. They have multiple tabs open and doing several things at once, you know. And now the tab to your video is open and you scream at them for a moment and then suddenly back to normal. Now people are in high alert modus and they will pay attention. I mean, you can also use it in the middle to wake them up again. But this is just one strategy. Pattern interrupt in general means breaking the normal pattern of things that people are used to see and hear. So if you are, another example would be a visual example. If you are used to seeing Facebook ads with blue borders, then try a bright green. If you want people to pay your attention, to notice a different pattern, break the rules. So this is my favorite mind hack because it's really advanced NLP, cool stuff. If you don't know what NLP is, it's neuro-linguistic programming, and basically means influencing people on a subconscious level by studying their behaviors and reactions to brain stimulations. So this is what I'm concluding with from the mind hack section, and now I hand over to Rindala. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Did you like it? What did you like?
Good. Interrupt.
Right.
Is this cool stuff?
Exactly. It is definitely.
Cool.
I want some applause.
It was
after-
awesome.
Okay, mind hack number 7. Can you all see my screen, my full screen?
No, not yet.
Oh, what
Yeah.
do you see?
Yeah, yes.
I see Andrea.
I
You need
see
to click on
Rita's
Rindala.
presentation.
Oh, I clicked her little picture. I got her.
Okay. Okay. Okay, mind hack number 7, which is open loops. And an open loop is where you introduce something, but then you don't tell the person exactly what you mean or exactly how it's going to conclude. So you can begin with a question or a story or a promise. For example, I discovered the 2 words that practically force people to click. I couldn't believe how this changed my business, and I'm sharing it with you in my next email. So you've introduced something, but you haven't closed the loop yet. And if they want the loop closed, and you know, most of us do, because we want that information, we want that closure. Stick around and we'll reveal the 7 deadly mistakes you're making. Now, we use this tonight. We have opened a loop, and we will close that loop at the end of this webinar when we tell you the 7 deadly mistakes. So open loop.
Tricks on us.
Playing tricks. No, it's just creating curiosity is what it is. Which is why they're effective. They're effective for 2 reasons. The first is it creates credibility. You said you're going to give them information, and then you do. And so their subconscious is paying attention, because our subconscious sees, hears, and remembers everything. So their subconscious remembers that you promised them something, you started a story, and now you're concluding it. And they will remember that you are a person of your word. So it really does create credibility. And it also creates the need to know more. We are curious as human beings, and if we are introduced to something and it's left open, we can't stand it. So your prospects will have to know. This will make them stick around to the end of the webinar, or it'll make them click on a link, or it'll make them come back for the next email. So if you make it enticing enough, open loops are extremely effective in copywriting. Mind hack number 8 is anticipating their thoughts, and this leads to trust. If you address your prospect's concern before they even realize they have a concern, and then you offer a solution to that concern before they know they need it, you have just made their life so easy, because they never entered into the element of stress and concern, because you addressed it before they even realized they had it. This results in a feeling of trust, because you seem to understand them without them telling you anything about them. So this really works very well, especially in webinars where you're selling something, because the person is watching you, and they're listening, and at the same time they're having a dialogue in their head, and they're kind of figuring out if this is for them. And if you start hitting their areas of concern before they even come up in their head, they feel very comfortable. So ask yourself questions that prospects would be asking. For example, how will this product or service benefit me? Or why is this special? Or why should I be listening to you? What makes you so great? Why will this work for me? This helps you getting into their thought process by asking yourselves these questions before they are even asking them, so that you can address those questions before they're even conscious of them. So take those answers and answer your prospects before they ask them in their head. So you say things like, so you're wondering what's in it for you, or you're asking why XYZ is so special. Good question. and then you answer why it is so special. By now you're asking yourself, why should I listen to this person? Excellent, because, and you explain yourself. Now, there are two really, really strong things in this last sentence. The first thing, you are anticipating their concern by saying, by now you're asking yourself, why should I listen to this person? So you're making certain that they understand why you're credible. And then you're complimenting them for asking the question that they never asked in the first place. You see how clever that is? You're saying, you're saying, this is a really good question, and I'm so glad you asked it. It was so smart to ask. And they're like, well, yes, it was. Thank you very much. So it just helps them relax a little bit more in who you are. Another example is you're already asking why this will work for you. Great. Here's why. It's the same thing. You're addressing a concern. You're complimenting them for having that question, even though they may not have. And then you're giving the solution as to why this will work. So this is a very sneaky one because it gets them feeling very comfortable with you because you're anticipating what they already need. All right, number 9, the you and I secret. You make yourself a team with your prospect without them even knowing it. So you say things like, you and I both know that if you don't do something, nothing will change. Or, you and I both want freedom, and I can show you how I gained mine. People love not being alone in things. And so when you present yourself as someone who you can team up, who they can team up with, it helps them relax in your solution. They start believing that your solution is their solution, is something that they really need. Mind hack number 10, prove it. You got to prove it. Back up your claims with either studies, testimonies, pictures, proof, anything that shows them that the solution works. Remind yourself of the logic that you need when you're about to part with your money. Okay, your prospects are exactly the same as you. When you are deciding on whether or not you're going to spend money on something, you do your research. You start looking up testimonies and before and after pictures and studies. You want proof. And your prospect is no different from you. So give that to them, because that will help them feel comfortable in the fact that, yes, this will work for you. Give a reason why it's going to work. And the word because is really, really powerful and sneaky, even when it doesn't make sense, which sounds super crazy. So sit back. I'm about to tell you a story. Okay, I'm going to read you this story. Psychologist Ellen Langer conducted a study on the effects of persuasive language, finding out that one simple word makes all the difference, and the word is because. To figure this out, Langer asked 3 different variations of a single request to people using a photocopy machine. So there was a line at the photocopy machine, and she asked them, excuse me, I have 5 pages, may I use the Xerox machine? 60% allowed her to go ahead. Langer then went back, and she was more specific, obviously with different people. She went back and she said, excuse me, I have 5 pages, may I use the Xerox machine because I'm in a rush? So she gave a reason. Which, that makes sense to us, right? You know, she's explaining, I'm in a rush, can you help me out? And the rate of compliance shot up to 94% from 60, just because she used because and gave a reason. Okay, here's where it gets crazy. She goes back a 3rd time, obviously different people, and says, excuse me, I have 5 copies, may I use the Xerox machine because I have to make copies? Well, everyone else has to make copies too. 93% said yes. Is that not crazy? Just because she used because. She gave them a reason. People want reasons. So even though the excuse might be completely ridiculous, because is powerful. Okay, now I'm not saying use because and then be totally ridiculous. I'm not saying that. I'm just trying to show you that the word because is extremely powerful. People want that reason. They want the why, pretty much. So make sure you get that because in there. Okay, number 11, emphasize the risk of not acting. And on this one, I want you to just sit back and listen as I speak to you, because I'm going to speak to you as though you're a prospect. Okay, so here we go. Look, if you are happy exactly where you are with the results you are currently getting, that is great. But you are here, which tells me you aren't happy. Imagine leaving this webinar and continuing to try on your own. How does that feel? You feel that stress rising? That's because you will be returning to the same old, same old. Stop. Pay attention to those feelings. You are here because you know there is a better way, and you are right. Imagine learning step by step how to finally be successful. See your foot hit that first gold block on the pavement to freedom. Okay, what you're doing in this process is you're processing with them. You're showing them, okay, I get that you've got a choice. I get that you don't have to buy my solution, or you might say no, but I want you to understand what's going to happen if you say no. You're going to go back to doing it the same way you've been doing it. And how's that going for you? You're going to be trying. How's that working? Take them through that process of what it's going to be like and the risk of not acting. All right, mindset 12. This is the last one. Get them to say yes lots and lots and lots of times, dozens of times. So you were saying things like, are you tired? Yes. You frustrated? Yes. Confused? Yes. Have them agreeing with you constantly. The reason that this works is it puts them in the state of agreement with you. Remember that whole team thing? Remember that whole you and I? Okay, it's getting them agreeing with you. It's getting them to realize that they need the solution that you're providing. And it's important that they feel like they are deciding and not you convincing them. They are deciding this. They are in their head going, yes, yes, yeah, she's right, yep, right, yeah, okay. So you have them just in their head thinking, yes, this makes sense. Yes, this is correct. Are you starting to see that something has to change? Well, yes, I am. Have you begun to realize that you deserve more? Heck, yes. Are you ready for success to guide your business? Yes! Where's the buy button? You want them saying yes over and over and over. All right. We are into the deadly mistakes. So I'm going to hop back. Andrea is going to share the first three.
Where is this applause sounding?
Where's that applause?
You did awesome. Really, really.
That
So
was
funny, Rindala. This is cool. So, cool stuff. Okay, so we gave you the 12 mind hacks, and now we're going to share with you. One moment. I'll share my screen. Stop. The 7 deadly copywriting mistakes that kill your chances for a sale. You see my screen?
Yep.
Yes, we do.
All right. So the 7 deadly mistakes are common ones that we keep seeing that you really need to avoid. So you need to know them first. So number 1, painting negatives you need to remember that our subconscious mind doesn't know the word no or not. It only knows images created by the words. So let's start with the terrible examples first. Don't miss this. Why don't you use do whatever it takes to be there, to see it? Another ugly one. You can't afford not to see this. Bah. Use you can't make the decision to not see this. I shouldn't have stressed not, but what I'm stressing actually in my writing, again, like I said before, bolding, underlining, make the decision, see this. And this is actually double effective because it's a double negative that creates an embedded command. Make the decision, see this. Our subconscious mind doesn't see can't, doesn't see not. So, and another absolute no-go, expensive, not overpriced. I was actually laughing at seeing a sales presentation of an MLM company or something affiliate MLM that was selling something very high pricey, and they were using not overpriced. It's something you should never ever say. Always speak about value, because they might not even have it in their head. They might not even be thinking about the price at that moment. Before they think about the price, you first have to show them the amazing value. And you also need to understand that less than 20% up to less than 5% of your audience makes a buying decision based on price. So don't ever underestimate that. We make buying decisions based on emotions. Really. Another bad one, hard to believe. You may find it hard to believe that. I've seen used over and over again. Use sound too good to be true. Sounds too good to be true. Right. Much, much better. Do you see the difference between the red ones and the green ones?
Yeah, I mean, can I ask you a question? Yeah. So, does it mean that, you know what you've got in red, if somebody were to say these words, these are the words which are basically staying in their mind, where if I say, for instance, don't miss this, the brain is thinking, miss this.
Yes.
You can't afford not to see this. Well, you can afford to, well, I don't know about this one. About expensive, I think about expensive and not overpriced.
Afford is basically the same picture like expensive. I cannot pay to not see this.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that if you get one wrong, you totally kill it.
Right.
Because don't miss this is used by everyone. Everyone. But there is, you can say it in a different way by avoiding these negatives.
Right. Yeah. Thanks.
Was that your question?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So just this one tiny little thing that you change may increase your conversions a lot. So, deadly mistake number 2, too salesy. And here I'm giving you specific examples about the buttons on sales pages or your opt-in pages. I mean the call to action buttons. So, would you happily click on sign up now, buy now, apply now, register now? Or would you love to click on show me more? Send me the video. Yes, give me access. Yes, let me in now. So the rule here.
Gimme.
Yes.
Yeah. For continue, you got continue.
Rindala has a button on her blog. It says gimme. I love that one. Yeah, but the rule here is you want to speak in the reader's voice. Like send me the downloads, give me the free ebooks. You know, the left side is what we've seen millions of times, and it screams you are being sold to. You know, with these examples, I used the same colors on purpose, so you can see that the difference is only about the words. Except for the sign up now with the ugly shopping cart button and the credit card signs are below. Forget about that. So the left side is basically what you want them to do, and the right side is what goes on in their head. And this is where you want to connect. This is again like Rindala said before, you want to anticipate it, what they want. So send me the video. All right, deadly mistake number 3, too many distractions. And here I'm referring to opt-in pages, to lead capture pages, and again a mistake that is seen too often, even by the pros. So I'm going to give you some real-life examples here, which are still live. And if you are in a rush, would you opt in here, or would you opt in here? Do you see the difference?
Yeah.
The key is you need to if you put in if you have a squeeze page, which is a lead capture page, you want the only objective is to get people to enter their email address, and therefore you should use minimalistic design, as little words as possible. Less is more, because the more information the reader has to absorb before making a decision to opt in or not, the more likely they will be out before putting their email address.
Yeah.
Even take out the phone and the name if you like. So this is something very foundational to get right, because if they don't opt in, you don't get the lead and you never get the chance to show them the great stuff that you have. So
you know, that's happened to me where I've seen the sales page, it goes to the opt-in page, and the opt-in page has said so much, and then I'll go, wait a minute, that doesn't even sound like what was on the other page. Never mind.
Disconnect, yeah.
Okay, so that was my part. Now, Rindala, your turn again.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Let me try another sound. Rindala!
I'm up. All right. Okay, deadly mistake number 4, not having a unique selling position, a USP. This is an offer that differs from what competitors are offering, what your competitors are offering, and it must pull and attract the masses to take action. So you need to explain to people very clearly how you are different and how your product and service is different. What's so unique about you, and what's the unique benefit that your prospect is going to be getting? You need to answer this, because there's 8 million things out there that they can be spending their money on, and they need to know what is unique about not only your product but you. I mean, if they're working with you. And if at all possible, answer this question on why you're unique in the title. Now, sometimes it's extremely hard to do. It just depends on your product. But if you can answer that in your title, your click-through rate just skyrockets, because people become intrigued. Number 5, deadly mistake number 5, focusing on you and your product or service. Now this is a really huge one. This is everywhere, because it just makes sense. You're selling something, so don't you have to focus on the product and the service? Well, yeah, kind of. But we need to be careful in making sure that the focus is on the prospect and how it benefits them. This isn't about me or my product. It's about you and how you're going to benefit from this product. It's about you and how the product is going to be the solution to your pain. So really, the product and service is just kind of a side issue. The real issue is the prospect's pain. So always remember that your prospect is thinking, what's in it for me? What's the benefit that I'm going to get? And that way they will feel assured that you are thinking about them, and that helps them connect with you. This is all psychological. You want them trusting you and feeling good about their decision with working with you or buying your stuff. Okay, deadly mistake number 6, forgetting to test and revise. The internet is so good at being able to see how people are responding to your words in your copy. So like, for example, if you're not getting clicks, then the issue is on that first page, like the title, perhaps. If it's a Facebook ad, the title's not grabbing people so that they just keep scrolling by. So focus on that first page if you're not getting clicks. If you're getting clicks but you're not getting opt-ins, then the issue is that middle, the second page, where once they've clicked, you're kind of losing them and they don't really feel like putting in their information. It's not interesting or intriguing or curious enough. If you're getting opt-ins, but you're not getting sales conversions, then the issue there is either how you're connecting with them, or how you're speaking to them. If they've now become a lead, they've opted in, so they're now a lead. So you hopefully are calling them, and if you're not getting sales conversions, then that's where the issue is with your words, and you need to really kind of focus in on how you're speaking to them. How is your open rate with your emails? This is a very simple way of seeing whether or not your vocabulary and the way you're wording things is working. These are all clues on which step is unsuccessful. So it's very easy to find what's not working and to tweak it and mess with it until it starts working. Deadly mistake number 7. This is the last one. Forgetting to tell them what to do. There are so many people who do great sales presentations telling people exactly how great it is and the benefit, and oh my goodness, you're going to lose 18 pounds in 7 minutes, and look, before and afters, But if you don't tell them what to do, if you don't ask for the sale or the action, you're probably not going to get it. People are just crazy distracted these days, and you must tell them what to do, and you need to do it at least 3 times. So like, for example, if you're on YouTube, click this button. See this button below? Click this button. See that red subscribe button? Click it now. Go do it. Just keep reminding them of what the next step is. Look, you're here for a change. Click the button. So always conclude your email or your webinar or your YouTube video with your call to action. So that's what I'm doing because I have to do what I'm teaching. So connect with us. This is our call to action. First and foremost, we want you to go to Mastermind Fever, find them on Facebook, and get with them. Sign up. They have so many tips and tricks and techniques and all kinds of fantastic information that you need. So connect with them. You can connect with Andrea on Facebook, and that's her address right there. And you can connect with me. I'm also on Facebook, or you can connect with me on my blog, and that's what that address is, the Rindala Miller. So let me get back. To me.
Yoo-hoo! Well done.
Thank you.
Great.
Well done. That was awesome. It is what I really liked is that last week we had a training actually on email marketing with Venkat, and he was mentioning about the headlines and the word to use. So your hangout was actually finishing off the whole picture by
Perfect.
giving some examples about what to say and why you should not say certain things. And yeah, I think that was absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Thank
Right,
you.
because the copywriting, it's for everything, your sales pages, your other websites, your email marketing.
Very
Yeah.
much.
Very, very good presentation. I even
And
spotted my own triggers.
Yay!
The ones that got me.
Like the one I liked was the you and I. I never use you and I, so that would be something nice.
Good.
I took some notes.
Cool.
Thank you so
And you
much
know,
for.
when you were showing the call to action buttons, like
Yeah.
the one I always disliked was the sign up. Like I don't know, my mind always goes, okay, I think I want to do this, and then I see that button that says sign up. I go, I don't want to sign up because all of a sudden it triggers me to think I'm going to get a massive amount of spam mail and stuff. I do like the ones that kind of think for me, you know, like, you know, let me see that. Yeah, you know, let me in, that kind of thing. It seems special to me. And I think sometimes I remember myself not that long ago and getting better at it, and especially since taking a copywriting course recently, remembering to speak to the person, you know, like to really step into their shoes and not focus on the eyes. Years ago, my information was like I could show you, I could tell you, I could, you know, and there was nothing going on about feelings and emotion. And of course, I didn't get many responses, and things got better when I learned to speak to the other person and address them and their needs. And when I learned the like the imagine, I don't say imagine, but
Yeah.
use other texts that's like, put yourself here, what would it feel like, you know, asking those questions, because it gets them to think, and you're setting the tone to help them feel good already. And I love that. And you really emphasize that and how to do it.
Absolutely. I think that's probably why they say that people like to buy, but they don't like to be sold. I mean, to me right now, because I kind of know that, I just like to buy. So, whichever words they are using, I know, right. Show me the button. Where do I click?
Yeah, exactly. Because I like to buy. You know, I have that. Anything I really love, internet, tech stuff, accessories for my camera thing, I like to buy. But once I get the impression you're trying to push me into it, even if I want it, I get turned off and I don't get it.
Yeah, people love it to be their idea that they want to buy. They want to think they got this idea. This is what it does.
Lydia,
I talked to a guy one time. I wanted to buy something, and I was dead set on it. And, you know, having been trained and been online, you recognize certain things, you know, yourself as a marketer. And it's like the guy, he couldn't hear me say, I want this. I said, okay, how much would I have to do right now? And it's like he's not hearing me. He had this script. He was insisting on following it. And I said, stop already. And just tell me where I could go buy this, okay? Stop it. And then he had to start laughing himself.
you were too easy.
I know. I wanted the product so bad, and we were on the phone and everything. I said, stop it already. Come on, stop, all right? And then after I got what I wanted, I had a little talk to him and was, you know, giving him some suggestions. And what did he say? He said, you know, my boss told me that.
Lydia, I liked what you said where you said years ago you were focusing on telling people like who you were and why people should trust you, you know, using the I.
Mm-hmm.
Because it makes sense to us. You know, it makes sense to tell people, look, this, you know, I've accomplished this, and this is where I am in the business, and this is what I can do for you. But people, we got to make this as easy as possible. So if we focus on the I, it forces them to interpret that as benefits. When instead, if we just tell them the benefits, they're like, oh, that was easy.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
No, if we can do as much work for our prospects as possible in helping them find this decision, then we're more successful. I like that.
On my give another example, on my sales page, I renamed the testimonials headline to "This is why you want to listen to me."
Nice.
So it's their idea to listen to you now, and not your idea to telling them listen to me.
Right.
Hmm.
Exactly.
I'm writing that one down.
I'm writing it down too.
Oh no, it's not special anymore. Everyone is cutting it.
Yeah, we need to make some changes.
Go ahead, yeah.
I love it. It's so good.
What about when people say, "This is what people say about me"? Does it sound good or not? What would you say about that?
Yeah, it's definitely better than just testimonials because you can see it everywhere. But it's kind of neutral. What does people say about me? It kind of has the curiosity element. In that way, it's good. I just think why you want to listen to me has an embedded command, so that's why it's more powerful.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes, I like the way you put it. And the other way is neutral and could work, but it also, well, what do I don't know them either. I don't know you. I don't know them either.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But you plant a good seed. I like the way you did that.
Mm-hmm.
That's brilliant. Well, listen, you know, we were meant to have somebody else doing a presentation, but the communication seems to be quite bad on their side, and it's not going to happen. So if, Lydia, you want to finish off the presentation?
I can finish it up by telling you, ladies, this was wonderful. It was awesome. You some light bulbs went off, and you reminded me of some things I've forgotten. I have my notes. I'm so appreciative of the people. I went over to YouTube to see people were watching, and I'm excited for them too to get this information. You know, I remember a time when this was not information that was given out to people. Copywriting.
Yes.
If you managed to find somebody training on it, it cost a lot of money.
Yep.
It was expensive. No. But you couldn't. And then when I found a few like blog posts, people trying to explain it, it was like all Greek to me. And then really because for me, when I was new, getting into the mindset of others, I was totally clueless because I didn't see anybody marketing that way in the first place. You know, I didn't see too many people because the masses were doing it one way. The people that were really making money and understood were doing another way, and they weren't doing it themselves. Really, they were paying copywriters to do it. You know, and that's a real skill set. When you master it and you learn how to do it, you do save yourself thousands of dollars, and it's very worth getting the training when you can because it does make the difference in your bank account. I learned that.
Yeah.
Just tweaking words. So I'm very appreciative that you had this training for the Mastermind Fever Group. It's been very important for us to provide quality training that people might not otherwise be able to find somewhere else or don't have the funds to pay for training. Even with this hour training, because there's so much more to copywriting, just what you addressed today can make the difference in someone's bank account.
Absolutely.
That's what you provided today, so I'm very, very grateful.
That is a great point. If I can add something, I've got somebody giving a comment. His name is Tim, and he's saying awesome training, and he was asking for both of your names, girls.
Cool.
So he's very thankful for the work you've provided this evening.
Thank you.
Can you show your screen again with your contact information, and then that way they'll have your full name and can look you up on Facebook?
Yeah.
Actually.
What's that screen again? What was it? Your email? Was that it?
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, there it is. So listen, folks, this fun night has come to an end, but we're here every Monday at 8 p.m. EST. If you're not a member of the group, just go up to search on Facebook and put Mastermind Fever. We're the only group named Mastermind Fever Group. Request to join. We'll send you a message reminding you that it's an advertising and pitch-free group, and would you still like in? And we'd love to have you understand that and say, yes, let me in. We have been in existence for over a year now, and we have tons and tons of training information under the file tab in that group, from 6- and 7-figure earners, people who started out doing their first webinars in Mastermind Fever and went out and did their own thing and became leaders in their own company. We believe in the mastermind principles of Napoleon Hill: each one teach one, support, and we have people in so many different businesses in our group working on different marketing strategies. We suggest you find a mastermind partner and just go fly. We are in May. As far as I'm concerned, it's June already. Half the year over.
Yeah.
These weeks fly.
Yeah, they do.
Massive action is what Mastermind Fever is all about. And you've seen these ladies take massive action too. Get to know them. I am really honored to know them myself and have befriended them on Facebook. It's just learn more about them and what they do. They're doing some amazing things. Okay? So good night. Thank you again, ladies. Love being with my mastermind partner, Aurora Jones. I suggest you find a mastermind partner because you don't have to do this alone.
Boy, it's so much more fun with someone else, you know?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Brainstorming. Brainstorming.
This was my first webinar where I partnered with someone. Usually I'm just by myself. This is more fun.
Cool, great.
2 heads are better than 1. Yeah.
Great. And if you ever want to come back and do a part 2, let us know.
Thank you.
Oh, there's enough content out there for sure.
Okay. Thank you. Take care.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.